Alright, welcome to my Let's Play for Manhunter. And now let's have a look at this introduction. To start the game, we do the Sierra, the original command. There's a lot to say about this game, but first we'll have a look at the introduction. The Orbs invaded New York in 2002. Now there's a lot to say about this, really. Obviously, New York didn't look like this in 2002, but this game was made in 1988, so there's some differences going on. I thought this game was made in '89. I got it in '89, and you'll notice the PC speakers with the requisite PC speaker sound effect. If you don't remember PC speakers, before there were sound cards in MIDI, PCs just had this, and I actually got a sound card in '94, '95. So I dealt with music like this well into the '90s. I think I got a sound card right at the same time PlayStation 1 came out. So this is by Dave Murray, Barry Murray, and Dee Dee Murray, who are the group that made this, and that is an orb, the one that invaded New York. I always wondered what the orb was doing there. I think it was just looking. Now, Sierra games at this time, like this came out at the same time as King's Quest 4 and Police Quest 2 and things like that, which were using the more advanced graphic engine. Alright, that's the start of it now, so it's just going to repeat. So yeah, the Sierra games at the time were using a more advanced graphic engine. This one was kind of a step back, but it wasn't by the Sierra group per se, it was by Everywhere, just distributed through Sierra Online. So it didn't have all the Sierra references that Sierra games had, and when you watch me play it, you'll realize this is really quite a different game. So let's hit enter. 2 years later, so this is 2004 that the game takes place in. The Upper East Side. I don't know if you know much about Manhattan. Always love this. Attention, Manhunter. There was an explosion at the Bellevue Hospital. Investigate. So, this is how the game starts. The manual gives you a whole ton of backstory about this. Basically, you were assigned to be a manhunter. Everyone has to wear brown robes. No one's allowed to talk. You should go check out Abandonia for the manual. Just have a look at it, because the sort of surrounding mythos of the stories is really cool. I mean, yes, this might be the Sierra game I'm the biggest fanboy about, so you have to apologize. Playing this 15 years later is also really cool. I just got super excited when I started doing this, so let's see. And there you are. You never see your face. It's one of the weird things in this game. You never know what your main guy looks like. You put on the robe, which everyone's forced to, and no one's allowed to talk. So it's got a very strange kind of interaction. I love the design of this apartment you're in. Everything, even with this limited resolution, you can see everything's really grungy and dirty. I love the art design too. It was more like a comic book than the Sierra games. It's a very pointed art style, and wasn't constrained to the usual 3D view. So this is your Manhunter assistant device, I believe. And so every day starts off with this. You get a little briefing. Tracker's locked on target. Location, Bellevue Hospital. So it took me a while to figure out exactly what this was. I mean, I was playing this when I was 10. That is the target you're following. That glowy dot there. So you are following him and watching what he does. So he goes up to the wall there in Bellevue Hospital, runs away, and then suddenly there's a hole open. And then he goes over to whatever that is and runs away again. Now, since you are tracking him, everyone has trackers implanted in them. You get to follow him around New York and see exactly where he goes and what he does. See, this is actually a detailed street map of New York. And all the locations are real places in New York, which is so cool. You can do a real tour based on all the locations in this game. So he goes to Trinity Church. You can see he's doing something over there. Now, the point of these is to communicate without dialogue and without exposition what someone's doing. So you have to really interpret. You're watching them, watching where they go, and trying to say, okay, why did he go to the church? What was he doing over there? And you'll see once we get into the actual style of gameplay why this is important. Now he's crossing the bridge, going over here to a bar in Flatbush. Flatbush! And he goes over to a machine there. And what are these dots, you might wonder? These are other targets. Now you can't... you can target some of them and follow them instead, but there's no real point to doing that right now. We're following this guy. But as he meets other people, you can track them too. It gets pretty complicated because you can track the other people that he meets and follow them instead. So as he runs into people, you can actually go on separate different branching paths, and you're allowed to visit any location. Okay, see, he just disappeared in the in that toilet stall in Prospect Park. Target signal lost. Tracking terminated. Alright. You can exit the tracker and return to the main menu. And you have info. But you have to figure out notes. Okay. Exit. And you can type in names for anyone in the city. But you can't really do that yet because you don't know anyone's name. That's the thing, is the trackers have some use because you can see what they're doing, but they don't tell you who it is or exactly what they're doing. You just know where they are. So you can skip that. We've seen this part. They didn't meet anyone else. I don't know if there's anyone... Once again, this is 15 years later. So I don't remember if there's anyone else you can track specifically here. Yeah, and we'll go through all the differences that this has with regular Sierra games. Now, you can't skip them going around here. But obviously, if you're a Sierra game fan, you're going to see a lot of differences from the sort of gameplay you know. Now, you can try going around and seeing, like, maybe this bartender does something. Oh, oops, wrong way. Let me try that again. M for mad. There's a way of getting mad back up. Well, it doesn't matter. Okay, let's move around here a bit. So this is my apartment. This is Central Park. I think that's Museum of Art. And over here, we're getting to mid Manhattan. I don't know. I'm not a New Yorker, but been there. There's Bellevue Hospital. Oh yeah, here's a gameplay thing. This is a point-and-click game. Before it was one of the first point-and-click games. I think Manhole came before it. But you interact with things by pointing and clicking. Now, the only problem with this is it was before mouse control, so you're pointing and clicking with the arrow buttons. It's kind of, I don't know, a bit like playing an adventure game on a console if you've ever done that. And here's Bellevue Hospital. So we're here. You can't see your character, which took me a little while to get used to. So it plays a bit like Myst, really, if you think about how Myst puzzles and stuff work. And so yeah, there's the orbs are flying in and out of the hospital. I guess it's a busy area for them. Now, we saw that the guy went over here. You can mouse over areas and sort of see if there's anything to do. Because there might be like a piece of evidence. You're basically working for the orbs. Even though they invaded Earth, they need humans to spy on other humans and solve crimes. They are concerned about crime. So, you're, I guess the word could be capo. There's the hole in the wall. Now, you remember you saw the guy run there, do something, and run out. So, it seems pretty obvious that he placed a bomb here. Let's look around. Can't see anything else. No, there's just some trees. So we can go through and have a look. Now, these are sentry robots. There's a few different kinds of robots in the game. And these ones are the ones you don't mess with. Because, yeah, they're jerks. And here's a body. Now, you want to look around. I can't, like... It's amazing how little I remember about this game. Alright, actually, I gotta stop the video here anyway. So, when we come back, we're gonna have a look at this body and see what it's like.